What is going on, everyone? So right now we're going to go and take a look at the iPhone 6s and compare it to the iPhone XS. And this is actually the last S series phone if you don't count the iPhone SE because it wasn't really an S series. And honestly, this isn't really much of a comparison because, as you guys know, the iPhone XS is literally much better than the iPhone 6s. There's really no comparison here. It's a newer phone, it's the new design, it's wireless charging, everything. But I guess for those of you who just want a little bit more confirmation, I guess this video is for you. But also, I don't necessarily think the iPhone XS is worth the money, and I'll go into that in a little bit. But comparing some of the specs real quick, the iPhone 6s has a 4.7-inch IPS panel, and the iPhone XS has a 5.8-inch Super AMOLED panel. And when it comes down to it, this screen is pretty much the same exact thing as the iPhone X. Apparently Apple said it's a little bit sharper, but it's pretty much the same thing as the iPhone X. And one interesting thing is if you zoom in, you can just see how much sharper the panel on the iPhone XS is versus the iPhone 6s. You can still see, it's kind of hard to see, but you can still see some pixels here and there. It's not completely horrible, but it's really nothing compared to the iPhone XS. The iPhone XS panel is much, much better. And in terms of the software updates real quick, the iPhone XS literally just got started with iOS 12. The iPhone 6s is technically going to last another year. So I think it's going to get iOS 13 and that's going to stop. I don't think it's going to get iOS 14. We're lucky the iPhone 5s even got an extra year. So I think it only has one more year of support. But with that being said, I still think the iPhone 6s is still super fast and fluid. It's not 100 times fast, but it's not bad at all. You have to give it credit. It still handles its own. And this is actually the first iPhone with 2 GB of RAM. So that's pretty interesting. At first I was like, okay, it's whatever. When you use it, this S series upgrade from the iPhone 6 to the 6S was amazing. And this phone was very, very different from the iPhone 6. And this S series is a little bit less amazing, I feel like. I feel like it's just an incremental step. Whereas on this one, we brought a lot. We brought Force Touch, an extra gigabyte of RAM, and all sorts of other stuff. And this is the first time I've ever seen an iPhone with over 100,000 on the multi-core score, which doesn't really mean too much now, but it's just something I gotta say. So in terms of the specs, the iPhone 6s has the Apple A9 chip, a dual-core processor, and 2 GB of RAM, like I said, whereas on the iPhone XS, it has the Apple A12 Bionic chip, a hexa-core processor, and 4 GB of RAM. So between these two, the iPhone XS is way faster, and we'll do a speed test in a second. But before I go way further into this video, I just want to say, if you guys have unlimited money to spend, I would definitely recommend the iPhone XS. There's really nothing wrong with it. Maybe battery life, but we'll get into that in a second. But it's a worthwhile upgrade, I would say. It's really noticeable. But just because it's the latest and greatest doesn't necessarily mean you should get it. Alright, I hope you guys can hear me. I think I just messed the mic up. But we're just going to roll with it. So this is going to be a quick comparison. We're going to do some lighter tasks, some stock apps that the phones come with. Then I download a bunch of apps, so we're going to go ahead and open those two. These are just common apps you guys probably have on your phone. And all the apps are clear in the background, so you don't have to worry about that. Let's go ahead and open up the camera. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, that looked pretty even, I would say. Maybe the iPhone XS had the lead. Let's do mail. 3, 2, 1. I don't know what happened there. I might have looked like the iPhone 6s was faster. Let's do clock. 3, 2, 1. Alright, looks pretty even. If I hit the camera, guys, just don't worry about it. Let's do maps. 3, 2, 1. Yep, iPhone XS, definitely. Let's do weather. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, definitely the iPhone XS. I wonder why it stutters so much on the iPhone 6s. Let's do stocks. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, just a little bit faster. But it's not crazy amounts. It's not what you would imagine. Let's do notes. 3, 2, 1. Yep, faster on the iPhone XS. Let's do reminders. 3, 2, 1. Yep, faster on the iPhone XS. Let's do news. 3, 2, 1. Okay, it's looking to be faster on the iPhone XS. Yep, it's faster on the iPhone XS. I think this is going to be a reoccurring theme. It's just going to be faster overall. I've never opened the TV app. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1. Yep, faster on the iPhone XS. Let's do the iTunes Store. 3, 2, 1. Does anybody still use this? Yep, way faster on the iPhone XS. God, I could just say this over and over again. Let's do the App Store. 3, 2, 1. Yep, it's way faster on the iPhone XS. God, it's so boring. Let's do Health. 3, 2, 1. Faster on the iPhone XS. Let's do Phone. 3, 2, 1. Faster on the iPhone XS. Let's do Messages. 3, 2, 1. It's almost the same thing. Let's do Music. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, it's going to be faster on the iPhone XS. Yep, faster, but not 3,000 times faster, but noticeably faster. Let's go ahead and do the Watch app. 3, 2, 1. Okay, faster on the iPhone XS. Let's go ahead and do Compass. 3, 2, 1. Okay, faster on the iPhone XS, but by a little bit. Let's do Voice Memos. 3, 2, 1. Faster on the iPhone XS. Let's go ahead and do Temple Run. 3, 2, 1. Alright, still gonna be way faster on the iPhone XS again. Yeah, I mean, even just this, I mean, Temple Run isn't even that fast of a game or even that heavy of a game, but it's still like noticeably faster. Now it finishes on the iPhone XS. So you kind of have to ask yourself, is it worth upgrading for that little bit of performance? I would assume with Temple Run, the performance would stay the same. Like you're not going to get better performance on here. But it is really cool that this phone is able to expand and like go and play games that much faster. A game that's not even that intensive, but it plays and like just gets to the loading screen faster. Let's go ahead and do the YouTube app. 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah, it's way faster on the iPhone XS. I would assume, but it's kind of weird because it started in 2 different spots. But I would still assume it was faster on there. Let's do Instagram. 3, 2, 1. Okay, that was interesting. Let's do Snapchat. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, pretty much the same thing. So I'm assuming if you're loading those apps, it'll be the same. Let's do Twitter. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, that was actually faster on the iPhone XS. I wonder what happened there. Let's do Facebook. 3. Oh, I don't have Facebook on here. Alright, while it's downloading Facebook, I mean, you can see that it's pretty interesting that the iPhone XS as a whole is faster, and it should be, so it's not that interesting, but it is kind of interesting to look at that Twitter opened up faster on the iPhone XS. I don't really usually have that with a phone that's like 3 years ahead of it. I mean, this phone came out in 2015, this phone came out right now and like a week ago, so it's weird that that's the case. Let's go ahead and open up Facebook. 3, 2, 1. And it was faster on the iPhone XS. Okay, let's go ahead and do Real Racing 3. I thought the video was over. 3, 2, 1. Where's Real Racing 3 at? Right there. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so it's already way ahead of the iPhone XS. Now, I believe this is still going to go through the loading screen. So if that is the case, then I'm just going to click it to get into the game. But you can see that it's still loading. Okay, now it's done. So when that car comes up, that's technically when it's done benchmarking and loading. So that is really crazy that this phone is that much faster. And I really appreciate how they made it that much faster, but it's still not like 100% perfect, but it's still an upgrade. Let's do Nova Legacy. 3, 2, 1. And you can see this thing is just flying. Okay, now we're already in the game. This one's still loading. I don't even know what just happened there. And this one's already ready to get into the game. And meanwhile, while this one's still loading, you can go on this one and just play it and just keep playing. Man, this one's still taking a while. And I've already played the game on here too, which is weird. Alright, this one's taking too long and there might be a problem with it, but still, this one is way faster. Let's go ahead and load up the benchmark score so you guys can see it. 3, 2, 1. And you can see that this phone technically on paper has 245,000 points ahead of the iPhone XS. Now, does that mean it's going to be 300,000 times better? No, it's just going to be noticeably better like you guys saw. I don't think the iPhone XS performance is super slow. I just think the iPhone XS performance is really, really good. So what I would say is like the iPhone XS performance, I mean, it's no secret. I knew it was going to be good, but the iPhone XS still is not like horrible or anything like that. And for a phone that costs less than $200, it's a pretty decent option. But there's really no comparison here. The iPhone XS beats the iPhone XS out of the water in terms of performance. And that is pretty much the common theme with everything else on this phone too. I mean, the iPhone XS is going to beat it in terms of battery life. It has a bigger battery. It's still not perfect. I think it's less than the iPhone X, but it's still better than the iPhone XS. The iPhone XS also has a better camera sensors. It has 2 12-megapixel sensors, whereas there's only one on the iPhone XS. And there's actually more video resolutions on it as well. So you can technically shoot 4K videos up to 60 frames per second, where you can only shoot 4K videos on 30 frames per second on the iPhone XS. And you also have 1080p at 240 frames per second on the iPhone XS, where only 1080p at 120 frames per second on the iPhone XS. So whether those things are important to you or not, that's up to you, but you also have portrait mode and all those cool things that the iPhone XS does not support. There's also an upgrade on the front camera as well. You have 7 megapixels versus 5 megapixels on the iPhone XS, and you can shoot 1080p at 60 frames per second, where you can only shoot 1080p at 30 frames per second on the iPhone XSs, and those are for the front cameras. So definitely an upgrade. I would go and show you and like talk about it for an hour, but there's really no point. The iPhone XS camera isn't horrible, but the iPhone XS is way, way better than the iPhone XS. Now, some other notable things to note. Obviously, there's no front bezel, no front home button on the iPhone XS, where there's Touch ID on the iPhone XS, and I actually like Touch ID a lot, but I guess they had to get rid of it to do Face ID. The iPhone XS is actually IP68 dust and water resistant, where technically speaking the iPhone XS is not, but I heard it has some water resistance on it, but they never really classified it, so that is an upgrade in and of itself, which is super cool. And there's also a lot of other minor things, no headphone jack, but I'm pretty used to it now, where you have one on the iPhone XS, and that's really all you need to know. I mean, if you need an iPhone XS, if you have an upgrade or something, then go grab it. It's really good. As you guys saw with the performance that I just showed you, is a really huge improvement. But I do think going from an iPhone 6s to an iPhone 10 is also a huge improvement as well. So you can go and do that and just go from there. And I would really recommend that. So if you want to save some money, get an iPhone 10. But the iPhone XS is also a very good option as well. And that is pretty much it. If you have any questions or anything like that, leave it down in the comment section below. Hit that like button, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber we get really does count. So it means so much if you guys could hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, all that stuff is down there. I would really appreciate if you guys could check it out. But more importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, everyone.